Right. Well, just as a bit of context, the entire exercise arose when Mark Wade and I had a brief discussion in the Cayman Islands when we had the CONCACAF summit about the need to do something with technical development and specifically technical analysis in Bermuda. And so we got to talking, and I was invited to visit. The primary objective of the workshop seminar was to introduce a group of coaches who were selected by invitation, essentially, by the BFA, to the process of technical analysis, and to conduct practical exercise in technical analysis. So essentially what I did, I'm a member of the CONCACAF Technical Study Group. We analyzed all of the tournaments, age group tournaments, the Gold Cup itself, the top tournament, on the male and female sides. We analyzed all of the tournaments and we produced a report. All of our reports could be seen on the CONCACAF website. So what I did, is to one, introduce the group. There were 20 Bermudian technicians there, coaches there, to introduce them to the documents that we use, one, and secondly, how we go about analyzing a match and the tournament. And the third step was to then, having done that, which we did on Friday evening, I got there on a Thursday night, and we did that on a Friday evening. We spent about 4 hours doing that, and then on Saturday and Sunday we went to actually engage in a practical exercise of technical analysis. On Saturday we looked at 2 under-16 matches in the National Stadium, and on Sunday we saw 2 Premier Division matches out at 2 different fields, Southampton Rangers field and also Police field. So at the end of each day of practical work, we would then retire to a classroom and we would analyze the analysis that had been done. I divided the group of 20 into 4 groups. Each group had a match to analyze, or team, in a match to analyze and to make a report, and then I would critique that. And of course, the other participants would also, critique and give their opinions. So that at the end of the day, it was a theoretical exercise, but even more so a practical exercise. Having done that, then we had a conclusion on the Sunday evening. I had a very useful discussion with members of the BFA executive, Larry Mussenden, the president, and David Sabir, Mark Reid himself included. And we kind of talked about what the next steps would be and what the future would be, because as I said in the conclusion with the coaches, with the large group, I believe that this technical study group, once it maintains itself and once it develops on the platform that was laid, could play a very key role in the development of Bermudian football, because it will analyze what is happening on the field of play itself, out of which conclusions could be drawn, out of which recommendations could be made for the development of the Bermudian game, specifically including recommendations regarding player development, regarding club and team management, and regarding coach development, or coaching education and coach development. So that, I believe that a key development has taken place in Bermudian football.
What is the time frame that one would be looking for once this is implemented for the recommendations, and we would see improvements in the technical aspect of what you're implementing?
Well, Mark just sent me yesterday a projection for how they want the BFA wants to proceed, including a timetable going into 2017. You could easily get that from him. He sent it to me asking for my feedback. My feedback was very simple, which was that, Mark, you and the BFA know what your circumstances are, what your capacity is, and what your practical possibilities are. And what they intend to do is to as I urged and encouraged to get the BFA technical study group to work immediately. They will begin by focusing on youth football, which is the seed of Bermudian football, or the hothouse of of Bermudian football. They'll begin with that, and then they will extend it into men's football, or senior football, I should say. So that, as I told them, I'm very much in support of the concept. I'm very much in support of the timetable they have set, which begins immediately, or continues immediately. And I'm very supportive in terms of the timetable that they've set up, and I remain at their disposal.